everyone, welcome back to another episode of Through the Lens with Civil Engineers, where we have direct one-to-one conversation with experienced and professional civil engineers. So today with us, we have someone very special and someone very, very experienced. It's none other than Dr. Naveen. So before proceeding, I'll give a quick introduction about him. So currently, Dr. Naveen sir is an associate professor and head at Amity University, Haryana. He's a chartered civil engineer, and a bit more about him. I would like him to brief more. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Thanks a lot, Anusha. Yeah, first of all, I want to say thanks to the Anusha for giving this wonderful opportunity. If I want to talk about my experience or my bio sketch, I completed my BE Civil Engineering from UVC, MTech from NIT Surathkar, specialization is Geotechnical Engineering, MS, PhD and postdoc from IISc Bangalore. The specialization is geotechnical, but my core specialization is pile foundation and waste mechanics. Yeah. After that, I used to work in Lucknow Metro as a senior geotechnical expert. I completed the phase 1 project in Lucknow. Then I shifted to academic and past almost 4 years, 8 months, I'm working in Amity University as a head of the department.
Okay. That's great. So I'm really privileged and glad you have joined us today. So before starting, it's like a very question I ask every the engineer. Why civil engineer particularly? Like there is a vast option engineering. So why did you choose civil engineering in particular? Was it a family choice or it was your personal preference?
Well, this is a highly appreciated question. It was a coincidence for me.
Okay.
To be honest, in my childhood, I was not well focused on my education. I was more focused on extra activity like cricket or
Co-curricular activities.
yes. So, and my parents were completely observing me that I used to have an interaction with publics, and I used to interact with meetings when the elections happen or other Ganesh festivals. So I used to take the lead and I used to organize the events. Even in the election time, I used to take the complete in charge of my ward. So this quality my parents have observed, and as we already know that this guy is not that much studious in the study. So that also one of the reason my father is to, okay, if I'm making him to take a computer science or a electronics, he has to sit in the just in the four walls with AC room. But this guy nature is completely different. He's always try to interact with the public, try to understand their concerns and try to work accordingly. So
Okay.
that is also one of the reason my father already he decided, yes, if you want to succeed, I think for you civil is the best. Or second option is mechanical engineering. So this two field was there. And one more thing, my father was more focused on civil
Okay.
because the reason in his lifetime when he was constructing first house in Yelahanka, their civil engineer has cheated him
Oh.
because he was not a engineer, just they have made him by other things. So he lost the money also. So then he decided at least in every home, one civil engineer must be there and one doctor should be there. So that was his ambition. And my sister also more concerned about the medical thing. But finally, she ended up with as a electrical electronics engineer only.
Oh.
But however, I was able to fulfill my father dream
Fathers.
by taking the PhD in civil also. So, and now I feel I am very much happy that whatever today if I'm progressing in my field, it's all destiny of God as well as see one you should not force, especially when you're entering in this public sector like civil field. Civil and mechanical always interact with the public people. But when you come to software, you have one to one. But generally, civil people used to interact with everyone. They should understand what is happening. Suppose if I'm talking about the waste management, so that solution will be given by the civil engineer, the foundation. So you must have the dynamic skill to interact with the public, convincing them, understand their concern, give the proper solution. So the person who have that inside passion, that person can only succeed in the civil engineer. And one more thing I want to tell the students, don't panic yourself or don't pressurize. Uh,
Okay.
if suppose if the parents is telling you to take civil, it should be ignited from your side. You should know your personality. So I can tell very confidently today if I am succeed in my civil because of my attitude, my passion. In case if I have taken the computer science or other, I think I may not this much succeed. I can tell because my personality completely matches with the civil engineering. So I always try to interact and try to work in all aspects, maybe in academic, a research or a consultancy. So you should be always try to work in different.
Regarding to your
Uh,
personality and preferences.
yes. And you should not try to make yourself. You should only sit in the AC room.
Okay.
Definitely, the civil is the only person who will be standing outside and he will think for others to sit in the AC. So that is the beauty God has given chance to us to serve the nation. So this is the way we have to think positive and act accordingly.
Okay, that's really motivational and a TED talk for all the engineers, not only engineers, like every the students are pursuing various other profession and courses. So yeah, that's a tip for me as well. And yeah, okay. So going ahead, what like due to this COVID situation, what do you think the studying the education like before it's the theoretical part and practical implementing it in the practically there are these two main sectors in civil engineer as of now jitna mujhe I have no so how did COVID has affected the teaching of the students in a negative or positive way? What is your point of view on this?
See,
Just
as I already told you, in our, if you see in daily routine, there is no positive, there is no negative. It will be decided based on our thought process. If you take it in a positive, it is a positive. If you start thinking in negative, it will be negative. The best example I want to say in two perspective, one is academic perspective, one is in the waste management perspective. Initially, MSW 2006 guidelines will say segregate the waste. When you're segregating the waste, you have to keep the waste in different covers. And the person who is collecting the waste, he should wear the proper gumshoe, mask, gloves, everything. This was a standard procedure they are following. And you can't believe Bangalore, Bruhat Bangalore Mahanagar Palike, they are spending almost 70% of money for the basic groundwork only, collection of the waste, transportation only. But the pathetic situation, after providing the proper healthy safety kit also, they were not following. They were
okay.
not taken this much serious. I can tell when the COVID wave 1 and 2 made them to realize that yes, safety is the first to survive. Now, if you see in any Paura Karmikas, now they are wearing systematically gumshoe,
Hmm.
mask, gloves. See, now they understood the value of the life.
Hmm.
Initially, we were putting the fine, we were scolding, but still they were not able to understand. So, what I can draw the conclusion, if your mindset is in thinking in good, COVID came, yes, we lost some friends, family member, yeah, but simultaneously it has teach the lesson for us. Health is important. Safety plays a vital role,
Hmm.
and especially in civil, not only in waste management. If you go to the site also, when you are entering the site, first and foremost, you should follow the guidelines by wearing the safety jacket, helmet, gumshoes. See, this all the safety, but because of selfie or showing the some putting the photos in Facebook or just they will be doing this mischievous. But end of the day, it will be encountering the major. It will be paid. So especially in civil engineering, you should not make anything. Safety is the first criteria we will learn in the civil. Maybe a site engineer or a design engineer. When he's entering to the site, you have to be follow the
Okay.
particular guidelines. Second thing, and coming to the COVID, you were talking about how the technology. I can tell initially when you are attending any interview, always we used to go for offline,
Hmm.
traveling from one place to another place. Only for the foreign students, they were giving a special condition to attend through Skype.
Okay.
We were aware about the technologies like Skype, Zoom, even MS Team, but it was not
That.
100% implemented. Even now, COVID made them to understand use the technology effectively. So why can't you say that COVID made us to think in positive line, saving the money, traveling long distance to take the interviews. So in that way, when the institution are saving the money, the person who
Hmm.
is traveling such a long distance, he will be that the cut-off journey will be less. You can attend the interview through online. Only emergency if it is there, yes, then you can travel. Otherwise, it is good for you. So I won't say COVID, apart from some health issues, what we lose, the COVID has taught a basic lesson in both field. One is perspective, maintain health perspective. It has made us to educate, and
Hmm.
second thing, it has made us to understand the technology very effectively. That's why today we are virtually we are discussing because of
Yes,
the
definitely.
COVID. Otherwise, you would have called me to your office, take the
I would have,
interview. This
yeah,
is a long
definitely.
process. See, you won't have that much time. Even I won't have that much time to have a discussion. Now the technology is advanced, so try to adopt accordingly to the situation. So as I already told you, this is the first step. If your mindset is good, always try to think good. So try to take it in a good way. Why you want
Positive
to
way.
say it is a
Yeah.
negative?
Okay. The
So in
perspective
mathematics
is
also
more
says negative
important.
into negative positive.
Okay,
So
definitely.
yes, try
Very
to think in
insightful
positive.
point of view. Okay. Yeah, that's great. So coming back to the another question, what is your take on the internships? Like how important is it during your initial years? Like when you are actually studying or pursuing and both, or you can directly jump it into the field after your 4 years of graduation, or how much it is beneficial and beneficial. Obviously, it is beneficial, but how much is it if it's okay students can do it both simultaneously, or if it's okay to do it after. What's your take on this and your experience from your early years?
Yes, before going to my personal experience, I want to highlight as per the curriculum, if you see any UG or PG in second year onwards, third year onwards, we have an internship program. The reason behind is if I'm talking about especially in the civil engineering, civil is completely what is happening in the daily needs we are learning. For example, sand, stone, rocks, concrete. You may see every day we are seeing these activities like how excavation activities, foundation construction. This is not a new thing. In
Hmm.
internship, what it will make, whatever you're learning in the classroom, please go for the site, spend at least 1 month, because we used to give 1 month time. Learn, make that as a report, then you come and present in front of the committee. See, this is the
Okay.
protocol they are following. The reason is whatever you are learning, the practical theory things, you should feel the subject. So
Okay.
that is the benefit for the student. But however, students are enjoying and just coming in the last moment with submitting some other certificates. See, getting the degree is not the important. Civil is day-to-day activity. You should feel the subject. Suppose if you want to construct a room, you should know how many bricks is required, how much cement bag you should understand. So in mathematical calculation, whatever you are doing is just only approximate. But in the practical, it will be different. So internship is the first step to eye opening for the civil engineers. I sincerely request all students, please utilize this opportunity. Spend, if you are good in analytical, learn some softwares like Plaxis, AutoCAD, StatPro. If you are interested to learn application parts, go work as a site engineer. And also one more thing, when you are completely involved in this subject, because civil is completely practical related questions, I can tell you estimation subject is there in the final year. If you know the understanding the what do you mean by brick, what is the brick dimension, what is the cost in the field when you involved there, the same questions will come in the examination. You can feel the questions, you can write better way, which is not given in the textbook. You can incorporate more points. So examiner will be more happy. The best example is in my estimation subject also, I done same thing. I was involved in some other in my free time. I used to go, I used to interact with the contractors. Personally, I used to spend a lot of time. I used to understand the flooring, how to do the plastering. You can't believe that related questions came in the exam. I enjoyed while writing and I got good marks, 90 marks. So what I'm trying to say is if you mug up and vomit in the paper, there is no meaning. Always when you're writing any questions, and civil is the only subject, every material you will feel. Suppose you are writing the solving the problem of foundation, goes to the site, understand type of foundation, what is the measurement, how to take. Please come, read the analytical, try to match that and solve the things. So it will always store in your mind. And every day when you're traveling, you will be seeing that activity. So it will be like revision for us. So no need to be mug up and vomit on the paper. But in computer science or other, you won't have this. Always practice by writing the coding. If you make one comma, program won't run. It will show error. But in civil, it is not like that. Feel the subject. So in my conclusion, I always suggest my student, internship is the first step to
Okay.
understand this civil subjects. So it plays a vital role. And try to attend webinars more. Try to understand the types of software, what is happening in the current scenario, upgrade yourself. So I'm sure this will add additional benefit for their CV.
Okay, that's really detailed example and brief. I'm sure the engineers, civil engineers, the budding engineers would jot it down and note it down and use it in a practical life. So coming back to the next question. So this question is like, what is there any advice? Not advice, basically. That's something which you might in your early 20s, or you might have known, and you any advice or a mistake which you want to alert, or any some any from your personal experience in this profession, from in this field.
First of all, I won't say this is alert or not.
No, no, alert is a wrong,
Only
I mean, not a proper word. It's like anything you might have known, like, if I wish I knew this in my early 20s, I would haven't done this, or I wish I knew this, I would have done this, something, an advice to the current budding engineers.
no, in my life I won't have that regrets. But once I feel when I was working in site engineer,
Okay.
I used to do estimation and I used to give some ideas to my senior engineer because he was the person he always report to the director.
Okay.
But that gentleman is not that much technically strong. He used to discuss with me completely before going meeting or everything. Whatever I made a notes, he used to take. But when he go to office, he will present as if he has done everything.
Oh.
So there I felt okay because I'm a site engineer. I'm not getting a direct interaction with the higher authority. So then I decided, okay, I should not restrict my education at undergraduate. That was the first step to motivate myself. Then I cleared the GATE exam while working only without taking any tuition. Then I pursued my master's. Then I understood, okay, I should not work in the laboratory related. Always try to work in the field problems. So from my undergraduate, master's, PhD, everything, I try to address all practical problems only. And it is very relevant. And my research is completely implemented to the society. I'm proud of it. Even my research article also cited by the developed country, especially USA. I want to tell you in this time, with the limited resources, limited guidance, the waste what they used to tell people is to run, but I have taken that as the research when I'm working. I didn't get proper support or lab facilities. Still, I was able to struggle, and I did that. Now I'm happy that that article has cited almost 300 times. Only single article. Only I told her, yes, when we are doing any research or anything, we may come up with a lot of hurdles, but you should not lose your confidence. Keep doing whatever we have a limited resources. Try to explore yourself, taking the help from the other labs. So the same concept I did. Now I'm feeling happy, and that article made me to stand alone in my field. So I think that is the way of civil engineer. He should be confident about himself. So that civil will teach you that lesson.
Okay. Confidence is the key. That's like
Yes,
the main. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
yes.
So, coming to the end of our insightful interview, it's would you like to walk us through your entire journey in a small gist, like the day you actually decided to be an okay, I need to be a civil engineer till now, like just a small summary, like just about your journey so far.
As I already told you, my childhood to till now, I love my profession very well, and also I want to tell you, only civil engineer persons are more active compared to other professional, because
Are more?
the
Sorry.
civil is the one compared to other professionals like a software or
Hmm.
electrical or biomedical. The reason is civil people always try to interact, keep on moving. The physical fitness will be maintained. You won't get the back pain or anything. Only civil will make you more active. And also, I want to draw the attention for the youngsters. They have a wrong interpretation that civil engineer won't get a good package. I can tell you very confidently, if you are pitching for the right specialization like a metro foundation or a waste mechanics, or if you are focusing on this mainly on water related issues, environmental, so this type of specialization, and if you are good in softwares modeling, the basic salary you will get a 70,000, 80,000. Like a power grid, they are offering BTech students with 75,000, 80,000 in training period. After that, they will be getting 1 lakh. And in metro, once you enter there will be having a good package for the UG students, more than 50, 60. And if you are able to work for a 6 months or 1 year in that project, next you have chance to fly for abroad. My colleagues who are working in Lucknow Metro, their qualification is just BE. They were drawing the salary of 75,000 at UG level, freshers. Just they were having a very specialized topic. They were keen. They have entered. They have practiced. And after completing Lucknow Metro, my friends now they are working in Dubai Metro. So
Oh,
this is the beauty of civil engineer. And the second thing is, with respect to time, the value will be increasing.
okay.
So this is the civil is the only one field. If you are able to understand the subject properly, and if you apply the uh, technique very systematically, you will be on the high. The best example is Sir M. Vishweshwaraya. At that last age also, he used to work very honest, and more respect still we are giving, and is the benchmark for everyone. So in this interview, I want to draw the attention to the students or now in budding engineers. Think positive about civil. Civil is a evergreen subject. The only thing is you should focus on the particular topic, because everyone are running behind structure means you should not run. Try to understand what is your strength and weakness. Work accordingly and stand alone. Identify your what passion you have, which field you want to go, because civil have 42 subjects. Try to be specialized in one particular topic, grow in that, because civil have a vast job experience in government sector, not other than field like a PWD, BWSSB. So only civil have that opportunity. Try to utilize that. That will be the good for the society also. If you have a good knowledge, this is the way you can serve your nation.
Yes, definitely. Like, definitely. Okay, sir. So coming to the
I
end of
can
our
tell
interview.
civil is
Yeah,
the
yeah. Sorry,
civil
so sorry
engineers
to
are the
bother
nation.
you.
Yes.
Can't hear you. Could you repeat again?
I was trying to say, finally, the civil engineers are the nation builders.
Nation builders. Yeah, yeah. They're the
So,
practically the nation builders, definitely.
yes, whatever you are learning, you are directly implementing that. No other specialization. They have some limitation, but civil won't have. Think creative
Okay.
work. You are the person to coordinate with all specialization. So, God has given good opportunity for civil engineers. Work with your passion, then definitely you will
Okay.
succeed in your life.
Definitely. Yeah, true. It's true, definitely true that the civil engineers are the nation, practically the nation builders of each country. So yeah, coming to the end, and I would like to thank you so much for joining us, and we're really grateful, and it's been a really insightful session, and I hope that all these building engineers could literally wanna jot down every question and every advice you have provided us throughout the interview. And thank you so much for taking out your time and joining us.